Hello grade 11, this is Miss Sarah and today we will be doing section 2 of chapter 2. Please open your books page 54, Science and Exploration. As a background information, you need to know that the Renaissance made Europeans more curious about science and the world. This curiosity led to new inventions and technologies that helped people explore the world. So as a result, a spirit of adventure swept across Europe. Now, can you imagine what your life would be without science? Think of all the things that science has provided in our daily lives. Without it, we would have no electricity, no automobiles, no plastic. Our lives would be totally different. Did you know that there was a time when people lived without the benefits of modern science? In fact, it was not until the 1500s and 1600s that most people in Europe began to appreciate what science and technology could do to improve life. Before the 1500s, most educated people who studied the world relied on authorities such as ancient Greek writers and church officials. People thought these authorities could tell them all they needed to know. Europeans had little need for science. Between about 1540 and 1700, European views about how to study the world changed. This widespread change in views was part of the scientific revolution, or the series of events that led to the birth of modern science. People began placing more importance on what they observed and less on what they were told. They used their observations to come up with logical explanations for how the world worked. This focus on observation marked the start of modern science. Not everyone was happy with the new role of science in society. Some people feared that scientific ideas would eventually lead to the breakdown of European society. Many of the people who most feared the increasing influence of science were church officials. They tended to oppose science when it went against the teachings of the church. For example, the church taught that Earth was at the center of the universe. Some scientists had observed through telescopes that Earth orbited the sun. This observation went against the church teaching. This growing tension between religion and science came to a head in 1632. That year, an Italian scientist named Galileo published a book in which he stated that Earth orbited the sun. He was arrested and put on trial. Afraid that the church would expel him, Galileo publicly stated that his writings were wrong. Privately, though, he held to his beliefs. The scientific revolution was a period of great advances in many fields of science. With increased interest in science came discoveries in astronomy, biology, physics, and other fields. For example, astronomers discovered how the stars and the planets move in the sky. Biologists learned how blood circulates throughout the human body. Physicists figured out how mirrors and pendulums worked. Some of the greatest advances of the scientific revolution were made by one man, Sir Isaac Newton. He made exciting contributions to both math and physics. Newton is probably best known today for his observations about gravity, the force that attracts objects to each other. Before his observations, scientists knew very little about how gravity works. Many of the discoveries of the scientific revolution were possible because of new inventions. Devices such as the telescope, the microscope, and the thermometer were invented at this time. Some of these new inventions helped contribute to another exciting time, the age of exploration. I am going to stop here for today. Here are photos that show the notes that you need to underline. Thank you and have a good day.